In a couple of months' time, I've got my first ever ultramarathon coming up, but I have a confession to make. I haven't been doing the right types of training. Though I run every single day, the terrain I cover is usually flat roads. Unfortunately for me, the ultramarathon I'll be doing is filled with steep hills and tricky inclines and lots of rough trails, which are going to require massive leg and cardiovascular strength. So, to make sure that I don't collapse and pass out from exhaustion on race day, I'm going to start adding a new type of training to my regime: hill sprints. Hill sprints are short, intense runs up steep inclines which build leg and cardiovascular strength, raise your lactate threshold and improve running form. Hill sprints are known to be so intense because they are literally all-out sprints up extremely steep inclines. Today I'll be trying my first hill sprint workout using 3 of the steepest hills I could find here in the Kent countryside. Ready? Let's do this. Okay, hill sprint number 1. I've done a 3-mile run up to this point to get warmed up. Let's do this. The legs are starting to feel that now. Oh my word, I felt that. This hill is never ending and it's very steep. Obviously, meets the criteria well. Almost there. Right, one final push. We've made it. Trying to catch my breath. Legs are pumping right now. That was definitely a good workout. Right, on to hill number 2. What's nice about doing hill sprints is that what goes up must come down, and the runs downhill are a nice break and a bit of relief from the intense sprinting that you're doing getting up the hill. Time for hill number 2. This one is definitely going to up the ante because I'm not feeling as fresh as I was this morning after having done the first run, and I know from experience that this hill has a very steep incline. Good? Let's do this. I can see the top, almost there, come on. Okay, that's hill sprint number 2 in the bag. God, I felt that one. My heart is racing and just couldn't seem to get my foot in as I was going up that hill. Well, that's 2 done and we've got 1 last hill to go. Something that I've noticed doing these hill sprints this morning is that I really do have none of the gear and no idea when it comes to trail and hill running. As you can see, I've got road shoes on because I simply don't own a pair of trail shoes, and I've been slipping over like I've been on ice and banana skins all morning on these hills. So I definitely think that I need to invest in a decent pair of trail shoes come race day. Though hill sprints are all about speed and intensity, something that ultramarathon runners say all the time is that you can never take enough time going up hills on ultramarathon day, because if you're not careful, those hills start to take their toll on your legs and they'll leave you wiped out before you even get to the halfway mark. So I think it's important to note that whilst hill sprints are good for building that ultra race day endurance, it's important to actually take your time come race day. Time for hill number 3. Being someone that's accustomed to road running only, this has been a massive shock to the system, and I can definitely see value in doing hill sprints for my ultramarathon training in the next couple of months. Ready? Let's do this. Hill number 3. So the first bit of this hill is quite nice. It's a paved road. Makes a nice change from the trails that we've had so far, but the looks can be deceiving as this turns into a very rough and rocky trail very quickly, as you can see ahead. The incline for this one feels a lot more gradual compared to the other 2 hills, but it is a very long slog nevertheless to the top. You just feel lactic acid building up my legs right now. It's literally like someone's pouring lava into them. That's what hill sprint's all about. Last slog. Here we go. You've just watched me do my first ever hill sprints workout. If you do hill sprints or are thinking about doing them now after having seen this, do let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you again next time.